13 tips to save you money on your next Las Vegas hotel. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, entertaining, and first things first, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Top Cashback, where you can get cashback at over 4,000 online retailers and a lot of travel partners as well, including hotels, which is what we're talking about here today. More about Top Cashback in tip number 6. Now, tip number 1, the most important thing if you're trying to get a good deal on Las Vegas hotels is try to look and book directly with the hotels. I find the best rates are directly with the hotels from their websites. Don't call them, you'll spend more money to call them. Book on their websites, but also make sure you are logged into their websites. Make sure you've joined their Players Club, you've joined M Life with MGM Properties, you've joined Total Rewards with Caesars Properties, and be logged into their website with your Players Club account when you are searching for the room rates, because you will get cheaper room rates just for being a member of their accounts and being signed in. Now, when you do sign up for the Players Clubs and you do stay at the hotels, you will get a ton more perks and freebies. If you want to know more about all the Vegas rewards programs, I've got a whole video that dives into M Life and Total Rewards, all the details and all the things you can get free. Links in the description below. You'll also find that at the end of this video. But tip number 2 is once you're signed up to these Players Club programs, pay attention to your email. I am constantly getting emails about cheap hotels in Las Vegas. In particular, I just got one about rates at the Bellagio for as cheap as $84. That's a pretty good deal. I also got another one from M Life that talked about rates at Aria for $80, MGM Grand for $44, Park MGM for $41, and Mirage for $45 a night. And these rates are good for the next year. I mean, you have to book them right now, but they're good for the next year. So once you get on their email thread for promotions, make sure you pay attention to them, because that book now link that you find in the email, that's going to be the one that gets you those cheap rates just for members that they email out. Tip number 3, book a refundable rate and then check the rates regularly to see if they drop. Booking hotels, you can generally book the refundable rate, which means you can cancel it or change it and get your money back, or you can book the prepaid rate, which means you can't cancel it and you can't change it and you can never get your money back. If it's like a month or 2 or more before I'm going, I always book the refundable rates, and then every few days or week, I will go back to the hotel's website and check it again to see if rates have fallen, because the hotels might think tons of people are coming this week or this weekend, and so rates are really high. And then when they find out nobody's coming, they drop the rates really low. We have saved hundreds of dollars just by checking our hotel rates again and changing the reservation to get lower rates. For example, a couple years ago, we went to Vegas. We were staying at the Waldorf Astoria. The room rate was like $300 a night that we booked. It was before Christmas, so whatever, that's what we were paying it. But apparently nobody was coming that year at the Waldorf Astoria. It was their first year of operation, and when we checked 3 days before we went, which was kind of the cancellation deadline for our rate, the rates had dropped down to about $150 per night. So we saved $150 per night just by changing the rate to a cheaper one, checking it every few days to see if it dropped. And it most often drops just a few days before you're gonna stay. Tip number 4 is to book a prepaid rate. I know I just said that I often book refundable rates, but if it's just a couple days before I'm going, then I will book the prepaid rate. If you're sure you're gonna go, the prepaid rate is usually 10-20% cheaper, and if it's 3, 2, 1 days before you know you're going, go ahead and book that prepaid rate. Tip number 5, use a good rewards earning credit card when you book and pay for your hotel stay. I really like the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It earns 3 ultimate rewards points for every dollar spent on travel, which includes hotels, and I value ultimate rewards points at about 2 cents per point. So just using the Chase Sapphire Reserve card for your Las Vegas hotel stay, you will get 6% value back that you can use on flights or other hotel stays in the future. Tip number 6, back to this video's sponsor, book through Top Cashback to earn cash back on Las Vegas hotels. That's right. Many people think of Top Cashback as a place to get money back when you buy things at places like Macy's or Best Buy, but actually Top Cashback has a ton of travel partners, including a ton of hotels in Las Vegas. Now, the way Top Cashback works and the way you get this cashback is instead of starting your hotel booking at the hotel's website, you start your booking process at Top Cashback. Once you sign up for an account, super easy, you just put in a username and password, then you can browse through the list of all their travel partners, you can see that you can get 3% back at Marriott's, 4% back at Hilton hotels, but in particular for Las Vegas, Caesars offers 5% cash back on stays at Caesars hotels. When you book at Caesars Palace right here and you click book, then after you pay and stay, 5% of your expenses will be credited back to you in your top cashback account that you can get paid out back to you. It's super easy, and really all it adds is about 3 more clicks to book your hotel. Using top cashback, you can still book with the hotels directly, so you're getting the discounts that the hotels are giving you for booking directly from them. So definitely check out top cashback offers for your next Las Vegas trip. These values change all the time, so when you go, the values might be a little bit different, the partners might be a little bit different, but if you want to sign up for top cashback right now, I've got a link in the description. If you hit that link, you will get $10 extra cash back on your first $25 purchase. Pretty good deal. Tip number 7, make use of your affiliate discounts. Las Vegas hotels often provide discounts for people who are members of AAA, people who are seniors, people who are first responders, military, teachers. So take a look at some of those affiliate discounts, the ones you qualify for, because sometimes they can be pretty significant. Tip number 8, stay at a hotel with free parking. Las Vegas hotels have been charging really expensive rates for parking, but stay at a place like the TI or the Venetian where parking is free. You'll save a lot of money if you have a car that way. If you're staying at M Life or Caesars, then you should consider getting their credit cards, because if you have the M Life or Caesars card, then parking at those hotel chains is free. You don't even need to use the credit card to pay for your stay. You just need to have it, and then parking is free. You can still use the Chase Sapphire Reserve and earn all those points while you hold one of their cards to get free parking. Tip number 9, get your hotel rooms for free. Book them with points. There's a ton of Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt affiliated hotels around the Las Vegas Strip. I particularly like the Waldorf Astoria at City Center. That is a Hilton affiliated property, so you can use Hilton Honors points. If you gamble a lot at the casinos, they will often send you comp rooms, and so you can easily get a ton of free rooms in Las Vegas. I will point out that if you're redeeming your points with Marriott or Hyatt, which will redeem at MGM M Life properties, just make sure it's a good value, because if it's 20,000 Hyatt points, but that's for the Luxor, which is only $40 a night that night, well then you might actually want to pay cash instead of using your points. Tip number 10, book your hotel as a package with the airfare. I don't mean booking it with a travel agent as a package, but I mean booking it with the airline as a package. In particular, I really like Southwest Vacations. I find they often have really good flight and hotel deals. Many airlines also have similar offers, so make sure to check those out. Tip number 11, one of the best ways to save money on Las Vegas hotels is simply to stay midweek. On weekends is when everybody is going to Las Vegas, and so that's when room rates the highest. Room rates that might go for $220 on the weekend can often be had for $95 staying on a weekday. The one other thing you should look at when you're going to avoid the crowds and go when it's less busy, meaning that room rates are cheaper, is you will want to avoid the conventions in Las Vegas. Now, right now during the pandemic, not a lot of conventions, but if you're watching this a little later, when the conventions return, check out some of the Las Vegas convention calendars. You can Google them. They will show you when the big conventions are. Rule of thumb, you definitely want to avoid the first few weeks in January. That's often when CES is, that gets 100,000 people. And you also want to avoid the World of Concrete, which is a huge construction convention. And definitely, if you're looking for cheap room rates, avoid the holidays. In particular, New Year's and New Year's Eve. Those are some of the most expensive times to stay in Las Vegas. If you're looking for cheap around the holidays, consider right before Christmas. After Christmas up to New Year's is when it starts to get pretty expensive, but the first few weeks of December are usually pretty cheap. Tip number 12, consider an off-the-strip hotel, not just because off-strip hotels are cheaper, often have less expensive parking, have less expensive resort fees, but you can find many hotels off the strip with free breakfasts. Breakfast in Las Vegas can be really expensive, and some of my favorite hotel chains for free breakfast in and around Las Vegas are Residence Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Hyatt Place, and the Hilton Homewood Suites. Now, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of others that provide free breakfast, but I find those 4 chains have free breakfast that are good and hearty and actually filling, not just something like a donut and some coffee. And tip number 13, my final tip to save money on Las Vegas hotels is don't order room service, and definitely don't take anything from the minibar. Those prices for room service and minibar things are just super expensive. In particular for the minibar, make sure you don't move any things in the minibar. bar. This is something that often gets a lot of people because they take things out of the mini bar to look at it. The mini bars in Las Vegas are often sensor controlled, and so if you just move something, the price for that might end up on your bill. Yes, you can argue it later and say you didn't drink it or say you didn't take it, but it's a lot easier to not even have to hassle with that at all. Just don't even touch the mini bar. Now, if your travels are taking you Vegas, you might enjoy checking out some of the other videos from my Vegas series. You'll find links on the screen here or in the description below. And if you haven't already, you should definitely sign up for Top Cashback to get some cash back on your next Las Vegas hotel stay. Don't leave that free money on the table.